This is Dana with Dana Digital Tutorials, and today I have a quick video for you to teach you how to refine the edges when you're working with fur or feathers or hair. So I have a picture of a cow here. I've already loaded some patterns and colors in the background. If you want to learn how to work with patterns, check out some of the links below, and I'm posting a video the same day I'm posting this one to go over patterns to change the look and feel of your images. I have a dark version and a light version so we can look at this cow once we've fixed the fur selection. The first thing we're going to do is use some of the tools that I've already taught you, which is selecting a subject and masking. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a duplicate of our cow. So I've named this base layer traditional way, which is just selecting, and I'm going to Command or Control J. Sorry about that. And I'm going to call this one refined so that we can compare the two. You won't need to create two copies. I am just doing that so that you can see the differences between the two. So we're going to click on our traditional way. We'll go ahead and hide the refined. We're going to go in our wand tool, which is right up here. If you don't see this, you may have another object option selected. You can press W to get there quickly. And we're just going to select our subject. Now I have on my computer the cloud as my default. You could do that up here in Photoshop settings. I'll create a video on setting up your settings, but right now I don't have one. But you can just pick cloud each time. It does a better job, so let me show you the differences. So if I'm on the device and I hit select, you can see that it's changed just a little bit. And if I had a busier background, you're going to see even more of a difference. But I like to be on the cloud. It does a better job. So we're going to go ahead and mask. And the reason I like to mask instead of deleting the background is if I need to make any changes, I can do that easily. But I can see here on the light background that I still have a lot of white showing, which I really don't like. If I go onto my dark background, I can also still see my white. So unless I'm sticking with a white background, I need to do something better. And I don't want to spend hours on this, and I bet you don't either. So let me show you a really nice feature. We're going to hide this cow. We're going to show this one. We're going to go ahead and do our select subject just like we did before using the cloud. And we're going to go ahead and mask. And now we're going to come up here and we're going to select and mask. If you didn't see that, if I move too quickly, let me show you. I am still in my wand tool and I am going to go to select and mask. Now let me move my photo off of here for just a minute. And I'm going to show you these little features. In your view, pick a contrasting option. You could have it show your background if you want to see how it's interacting with your background. So that would just be, it's called onion skin, and the reason it's called that is because if I had nothing behind this subject, I would just see that gray and white checker behind, which is the onion skin. You could do marching ants. I don't recommend that. It really gets in the way of seeing what you're doing. Or you can just pick white or black, whatever you like. I typically will just stick with black unless I have a really dark image, and then I'll flip over to white. You don't need to change any of these other settings. Just leave only this one checked and all the others unchecked. I'll pull my face back in case you want to see it. And now we're going to come over here to this second brush, which is Refine Edge. I do believe R is the shortcut to get there. I'm just always on it because it's about the only one that I use. And now we're going to have a larger brush. You can change the size by adjusting with your open and close brackets. You can also do that up here. And I have, if you see that little crosshatch that I have in the center, I've also set that in preferences so that I can see the center of my circle easier. And now what we're going to do is we're just going to start painting on the edge with my crosshatch around where I think the edge is or where I can see the edges. You can already see a great improvement here. So we want to make sure we get that little white area there. And we're just going to keep going all the way around. You can keep holding and drag. You can take a break if you need to move where your mouse is on your desk. You can come back up here and refine again if you need to. If you make a mistake, you can do Command or Control Z. So like there, I went too far, so I'm going to go and I'm going to undo a couple of steps. So I'm going to just hit Command or Control Z a couple of times, and I'm going to come back out here and I'm going to finish these areas. So I'm going to come back and pick up where I didn't do on this side, and you can see it's already pulling a lot of that hair back in. Now I could go right here and look at it on my image, or I can just hit OK. And now I can see that it has done a much better job. I may need to do some additional refinement, like I can see here I did too much, but I can just go back in and I can work on this again. And if you see, I kind of pulled up a little bit where I was, and that improved that area. And you can just keep working on all the areas until you get it the way you want. And now if I look at this on a light background, I can see that my cow is looking pretty good. I see I missed some areas over here. It's nice because I can go back in. I could have stayed in and just looked at it on the different colors, but I wanted to look at the dark areas and the light areas. And I think maybe I just didn't do this ear, and I thought I had. So we'll just go ahead and do the whole ear. And maybe I want to select here some more, and then I'm going to hit OK. And now I can see my cow looks so much better. He blends with the light, he blends with the dark. Maybe I want to do a little bit more, maybe you do. But let's compare the difference. This was before here, and this was after. So a very quick tutorial on how to refine the edges when you're selecting a subject with the fur. This is Dana with Dana Digital Tutorials. Please consider subscribing and check out our other videos. Have a great day.